How's it going, YouTube? This is Manny from Manny Fresh Bets, bringing you my college picks for Week 5. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, I will greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, like, comment, and share. We had a great Thursday night football. We hit one of our parlays that I gave out on the YouTube channel. We would have hit, I believe, two or more if Jalen Waddle didn't end up with 39 yards instead of the 40 that we put him in. Also, we had a bad beat with the running back from Miami. Forgetting his name right now, drawing a blank, but he basically didn't show up that game when he usually does. But either way, we won that same game parlay. I also gave you the straight up bet with the over in Jamar Chase. For his longest reception, I believe that was 25.5 or 24.5. We won that. Then I won a live bet. I didn't give this one out because live bets are so hard to, kind of post quickly on Twitter. But I did win with Hayden Hurst touchdown. I did let you guys know on that video that I did like him to go over his reception yards, which was, I think it was about 25. He went way over that, and I really, kind of explained that, Miami has been susceptible to the tight ends, and he really shined in that game. I should have taken my own advice and picked him up in one of my fantasy leagues because I am struggling in tight end. But that's near here or there. These are my picks for the Week 5 of college football. We've been hitting a few of these. College football has been up and down, but we have been hitting the live bets. Those live bets have been money, especially with the anytime TDs as I'm watching the games. So these are the bets that I made so far. These first two bets are kind of these, again, if you watch my videos, I do like 3 or 4 bets, sometimes more. First couple of ones are pretty conservative. These are the ones down here. Then I take kind of a moderate approach. That one is the 13-leg parlay there. And then I do kind of a home run play or more aggressive, more riskier play. These are the two right here. So I'm going to give you those first. For the Alabama-Arkansas game, I took Alabama at the alternate spread, and I'll show you how to do that in a second here. I took them at minus 9.5, so they have to win by 10. I took the over 60.5 in the total. Then I took Michigan to beat Iowa. That shouldn't be an issue. I took Kentucky plus 6.5. This one is a little bit, this is the riskier one here because Ole Miss is a good team, but I do expect Kentucky to keep it close. Then I took Utah to beat Oregon State. This one's a little risky as well. Northern Illinois is a good team. Ball State isn't as good, but I did take them at plus 4.5 against Northern Illinois. Then I took Iowa State minus 3 versus Kansas. Again, a little risky here, but again, no risk, no. I forget the name, the saying, but if scared money don't make no money. That's one of those. Then I took Iowa State minus 3. I took Maryland to beat Michigan State. I took California plus 3.5 versus Washington State. Washington State is a good team, so I won't take you off of that if you want to take that leg off there or replace it with Washington covering the spread. And then I took Tulsa plus 10.5 against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is the better team, but they're not as good as they used to be. So I can see Tulsa hanging around there. So I took them at plus 10.5. Then I took Nebraska to beat Indiana. In total, I don't bet much unless it's NFL, NBA. So I bet $1.72 to win almost $322. Then for this one, it's pretty much the same thing I took on the other one. The only difference is I took Alabama at minus 12.5 instead of 9.5. So they need to cover a bigger spread against Arkansas. Same over-under, the over in the match. Then I took Michigan again. I took Kentucky again. Utah. Ball State, unfortunately, the line changed on me. Instead of 4.5, it was 3.5. So, but I took that. I think Ball State can hang around. Again, I took Michigan State against Maryland plus 3.5. Took Iowa State minus 3 Cal plus 3.5, Tulsa plus 9.5. That's another one that the betting line changed on me, and then I took Nebraska again. I bet $1 to win $316. And then this one is kind of a more, I would say, moderate play. Kentucky again. I think they're gonna keep this game close. So I took them plus 6.5. I took the over 64.5 in the Wake Forest Florida State game. Seems like a high total, but these two teams can score. So I think they'll hit that mark. I might actually do that on a straight up bet as well. I'm hoping people start hitting the under, and this over starts going down so I can hit it. We'll see on Saturday. And then I took Pittsburgh minus 21.5 against Georgia Tech. Pitt is just a stronger team. I think they'll cover that spread. Then two more here. Took a 13-leg parlay. I took Kansas State to beat Texas Tech. Again, I'm kind of taking Kentucky here a lot of times, but I think they could keep it close against Ole Miss. Always hedge your bets when it's right. What I do is I basically take all these other picks that I'm more confident about, and then I'll take Mississippi at the money line or Mississippi at minus 6.5 just to hedge my bet in case Kentucky doesn't, cover that spread. But then I took Minnesota to beat Purdue, Louisville to beat Boston College, Air Force to beat Navy, Memphis to beat Temple. Again, I took Michigan to beat Iowa. I took James Madison to beat Texas State. Took Utah to beat Oregon State. Then I took the over in the Maryland-Michigan State game. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. I took the alternate total points, by the way. And I'll show you how to do that. Then I took Penn State to beat Northwestern, UNC to beat Virginia Tech, and then I took LSU minus 8.5 against Auburn. In total, I bet $1 to win $21.89. And then this is kind of the more of the conservative play. I took UCLA plus 2.5. UNLV minus 14.5 against New Mexico. I took Kansas State minus 7.5 against Texas Tech. And again, I took Kentucky at Ole Miss. These are three that I already put in here. So I took the alternate spread at Wake Forest plus 7.5 against Florida State. I took Kentucky plus 10.5 against Ole Miss. So that's kind of hedging my bet in case they do not cover the 6.5. I do expect them to cover the 10.5. And then I took Utah 2.5. Then for the other games that I'm kind of thinking here, let's see. I got a couple of games that I'm pretty confident about here. I might just search for it because it's much easier. So this is how you do the alternate spread. So you'll go here, go to the game, alternate spread. LSU is 8.5 point favorite. I'm going to take them at minus 3.5. Then for the next game, this game is actually going on tonight on Friday. I'm taping this on a Friday. So this game, Houston at Tulane. I kind of like the over in this game. I actually going to do the alternate total points. So right now the over-under is 54.5. I'm going to take the 52.5. Actually, I'm going to take the 50.5 total points there. So this game is tonight at 7 p.m. And then I'm going to look at the Alabama game. And they have the alternate spread there. I'm going to take Alabama minus 5.5. Unfortunately, they don't have the alternate spread here. So I can't pick that one. I definitely like Gibbs to score a touchdown in this game. I'm probably going to do that and at a parlay as well. So I'm going to take him anytime TD. And then there's another game here, TCU, which I'd like the first half. These two teams score a lot, as you can tell from the Over under is almost 70. I think this first half is going to be high scoring. So I'm going to take the first half total. I'm going to take it at over 35. And that's going to do it there for that parlay. So I'm going to take Alabama minus 5.5 alternate spread. Gives to score a touchdown. I got Wake Forest plus 7.5 against Florida State. I got Kentucky plus 10.5 against Mississippi. I got Utah minus 2.5 against Oregon State. I got LSU minus 3.5 against Auburn. I got the alternate spread in the Houston Tulane game tonight, over 50.5, and that's gonna do that 8-leg parlay. I'm gonna bet $2 to win potentially almost $47. And of course, this sometimes this does this, so bear with me, guys. I should be able to do it now. So I bet $2 to potentially win almost $49. Again, guys, I'm relying a little bit too heavy on Kentucky here to cover that spread against Ole Miss, but I think they can do it. If you guys don't feel comfortable about it, you're more than welcome to take Kentucky out of there or at Ole Miss if you feel more comfortable with Ole Miss covering that spread. Again, this is Manny Fresh Bets. These are my Week 5 college football picks. Make sure you follow the Twitter at Manny Fresh Bets. I gave a few picks out there. We had a great Thursday night football. Let's have a great Saturday of college football. Sunday, Week 4 of the NFL picks is coming up. Look out for that for the over-unders against the spread, the straight-up picks, and then obviously I also do the player props with the anytime TDs, over-unders on player rushing yards and passing yards and receiving. So keep an eye out for that. Really appreciate all the support, guys. Have a wonderful Saturday of college football. Hopefully we make some money together like we did on Thursday with the Miami Dolphins versus Bengals game. And have a great one. Be safe, everyone, and God bless.